He was led away in handcuffs, and for the second time in his life, Tim Hennis was sentenced to death.
Timothy Hennis maintains his innocence, will continue to maintain his innocence, and we will fight for a reversal of his conviction on appeal.
Minutes after the verdict Gary Eastburn had waited 20 years to hear, he and his daughter spoke to the press. The man who had suffered so much had something to say to the family of the man found responsible.
My heart goes out to them. I can certainly relate to the pain they're feeling, and my heart goes out to them.
For the Hennis family, the case will go on.
And I hope none of you feel that I'm gloating over this. I'm not. I just feel like justice has finally been done.
For the family that once lived in the house on Summerhill Road, it is finally over. Tim Hennis is now sitting on death row in a military prison in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. His lawyers plan to appeal his conviction. What do you think of this case? Go to abcnews.com and post your comments or questions on my Facebook page, and I'll answer them for you next week. And that's our program for tonight. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
And I'm Chris Cuomo. For all of us at 2020 and ABC News, thanks for watching. Have a great night.
ABC Premiere Monday. There's a new Maverick on the dance floor.
Vote for me.
And she can see the trophy from her house.
I want to win this competition.
Bristol Palin joins Dancing with the Stars live Monday, 8/7 Central, kicking off Red Carpet Premiere Week on ABC. From K2 News, this is a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is in the Orchards area of Vancouver tonight. We're told a jilted boyfriend threw gasoline on his ex-girlfriend and then set her family's house on fire.
K2's Carrie Tomlinson is live on the scene. So, Carrie, is the woman and her family okay?
Well, the family tells us the woman is okay. However, the man who they say set the fire is not. He is in the hospital tonight with burns. Now, it all started this morning at this house where a mother and father live with their 2 adult daughters and their boyfriends. Now, the father says one of his daughters, Jessica, broke up with her boyfriend, Mike. He moved out today. But the father says he texted the family this afternoon saying he was going to burn the house down. The father says Mike followed through tonight, coming inside, throwing gasoline on Jessica and her 5-year-old son, and trying to set them on fire. They got out alive.
So they ran out the back door, and as soon as they ran out the back door and hit the front of the yard, they heard the explosion. And they said that he had lit the house on fire with gas in there, and I don't know where he was at that point. I never heard that he came running out or what, but I'm sure he came running out and jumped in his car and took off.
Now, the father says that Mike showed up later at a gas station relatively near the house with burns. He was taken to Emmanuel, where he is in critical but stable condition tonight. The father says that his daughter Jessica did not actually get burned, just the gasoline in her eyes and also on her 5-year-old son, but he says they are okay. In the meantime, this house is significantly damaged, according to the fire department, and right now they say that the family will not be able to stay here, and this place will have to be completely rehabbed before anyone can live here again. Reporting live in Vancouver, Carrie Tomlinson, K2 News.
Thank goodness they're okay, Carrie. Thank you. Well, she frightened us all and captured our sympathy when she said a stranger threw acid in her face. Tonight, Bethany Storo's parents apologized for the hurt and betrayal their daughter caused when she lied.
K2's Megan Kalkstein joins us with that story now. And Megan, Bethany told the truth, but there's still a whole lot of healing left to do here.
Yeah, not only for Bethany, but actually the greater community. This apology the parents made today was pretty emotional. They clearly understand the gravity of their daughter's lies and the impact it has had on the people who felt sorry for what they thought happened to her.
Nancy and I are deeply sorry. We're going through a very tough time.
Bethany Storo's parents stood by their daughter. They believed her when she said a stranger threw acid in her face near Esther Short Park last month.
Up till yesterday, we believed her fully.
Now they're baffled as to why Bethany made up the story and how she could do this to herself.
And she's obviously dealing with some deep internal emotional and psychological problems that we had no knowledge of. And we hope that she'll get the help that she needs.
And they want the community to know they are deeply sorry.
We also acknowledge that there was hurt and betrayal to the communities involved, and we want to apologize for that.
For weeks, heightened fear kept some at home.
There was nobody in the park. Everybody was so afraid of coming down.
Jason Barton says his wife lost $1,000 in canceled appointments at her salon. Leanne Johnson feared she'd be mistaken for what is now known as the fictitious suspect.
I did not pull my hair back. I owned a pair of khaki pants and didn't wear those khaki pants. And I was a little more vigilant when I was out in public.
Now that she's told the truth, Bethany's parents are hoping she can start healing.
She's got a long road ahead of her, but she's on the road, and we're going to walk it with her.
A family friend told us that Storrow was actually starting to get counseling today. Now, as for charges, they have not been filed yet. The DA's office tells us they're still trying to determine if Bethany broke any laws. And of course, you guys know all the money that has been donated to Bethany throughout this. Her father tells us today that they are not keeping any of that money. They plan on returning it.
You really have to hand it to the parents, because they're stuck in the middle of all this, and they handle this very well today, you have to say. Megan, thank you very much.
New at 11 tonight, a Vancouver man lashes out in court, and it's all caught on camera.
Это обман. Вы объясните, что это обман. Вы понимаете слово обман? Есть такое слово обман?
Sir, do you speak English? That's 37-year-old Jennedy Evich of Vancouver, and he's accused of trying to lure two 13-year-olds from a bus stop. He made his first court appearance today, but the hearing was cut short when he started yelling at his Russian interpreter. The judge ordered him back to a cell out of concern for the interpreter's safety. The hearing was rescheduled for Monday.
This story is new at 11 o'clock now. An emotional tribute tonight to a local high school football player whose heart stopped while he was playing a game last week. We're talking about Central Catholic's Hayward Demison. Exactly 1 week after he suffered a heart attack after scoring the winning touchdown, he walked back on the field, hand in hand with his teammates, to the cheers of hundreds of students, and they're all so thankful Demison will be okay.
It's been a busy week. You know, we're grateful again for the outcome. We're especially thankful for those who were involved last Friday night. It's a team game, whether on the field or off.
Demison is scheduled to have surgery next week, and certainly was a happy outcome for Demison, but sadly not for a player in Texas. Tonight in the town of West Orange, a high school quarterback collapsed after throwing his second touchdown of the game in the second quarter. He died later at the hospital. His coach says it looked like he was having a seizure at the time. Doctors have not been able to determine how he died. An autopsy has been ordered.
New at 11, a Vancouver teen who ran for state office is now accused of multiple drug crimes. According to our news partners at the Columbian, 18-year-old Anthony Bittner is accused of operating a drug house, manufacturing marijuana, and keeping forgery instruments. K2 News told you about Bittner back in March when he ran for the State House of Representatives, 18th District. He did not advance out of the state's top 2 primaries.
This story is new at 11. Also, a driver hits a cyclist and then crashes into a house. Happened around 5:30 near Northeast 33rd and Holman. Portland police tell us the 75-year-old driver was having a medical issue when it happened. He finally stopped after crashing through somebody's garage door. He was taken to the hospital. The cyclist was not hurt.